believe you are free. You believe the choices you make are yours, that you are the master of your mind, the architect of your destiny. But here's the truth. Your freedom is an illusion. You didn't choose your thoughts. You didn't choose your desires. You didn't even choose the moment you decided to click this video. That choice was made for you, long before your finger ever moved. And if that unsettles you, good. Because tonight, we tear apart one of the most dangerous lies humanity has ever believed, the lie of free will. In the 1980s, neuroscientist Benjamin Libet ran an experiment that shattered everything we thought we knew about choice. Participants were asked to press a button whenever they felt the urge. Simple, but as their brains were scanned, something terrifying appeared. The brain showed activity milliseconds before the person became aware of deciding. The subconscious made the choice first, and only after the conscious mind claimed ownership. In other words, you are not the commander, you are the press secretary, standing at the podium justifying decisions you never actually made. Think about that. By the time you think you've decided, the decision was already made. You are not the master of your mind, you are the witness, and sometimes you are just the excuse. Look around your life. You think you've chosen your favorite drink, your style, your partner, your career, but how many of those choices were planted inside you long before you ever believed they were yours? You choose Coke over Pepsi, but was that because of taste or decades of advertising that carved its logo into your childhood memories? You swipe left or right on a dating app, but did you choose who you're attracted to? Or did biology, trauma, and culture program you to seek certain faces, certain voices, certain types? The modern world sells freedom like a product. It tells you, pick whatever you want, you have endless options. But in reality, you're not choosing, you're reacting. Reacting to conditioning, to dopamine hits, to a billion little pushes and pulls you never asked for. Free will feels real, because the cage is invisible. Philosophers have wrestled with this question for centuries. The Stoics said, "You don't control what happens. You only control how you respond." To them, fate was a chain, unbreakable, but you could learn to dance with it. Nietzsche laughed at the idea of freedom. He spoke of eternal recurrence, the idea that you would live this life with all its choices again and again forever. No escape, no do-overs. Your choices are just reruns of an endless loop. Modern determinists argue the same, but in scientific terms, every thought you have is the effect of a cause. Every cause is the effect of another cause. Trace it back far enough, and you will see that nothing you've done was ever truly free. From the Big Bang to this very second, everything is a chain reaction, and you are just a link in that chain. In the past, fate was written in the stars. Now it's written in algorithms. Think about it. Your social media feed knows what you'll click before you do. Netflix recommends the show you'll binge. Amazon knows the product you'll crave. They don't just predict your choices, they shape them. They build invisible walls around your desires, and you mistake those walls for the world. Your freedom is a script, and you're following it line by line. This is the new prison, a prison without guards, because the prisoners police themselves. You don't resist, because you don't even know you're trapped. Here's the darkest part. Not only is free will an illusion, but so is the self that believes it has it. Think about your identity, your name, your culture, your beliefs. Were these things chosen? Or were they downloaded into you from the moment you could walk? You are a collage of other people's voices, your parents, your teachers, your society. Even the rebels who claim to think for themselves are usually just reacting to the system, still chained by it, just in reverse. So who are you really? The answer is brutal. You are not who you think you are. You are who the world made you to be. And yet, there is a small crack in the wall, a sliver of space where awareness can grow, Because if you can see the strings, you can't fully be controlled by them anymore. This doesn't give you pure freedom, but it gives you leverage. It turns you from a puppet into a puppeteer who knows the game being played. Awareness is power. When you realize your thoughts are not yours, you can step back, watch them, choose not to believe all of them. You can't escape the chain, but you can decide how to move within it. And that decision, even if it's small, is where true strength begins. So are you free? No, not in the way you've been told, not in the way you desperately want to believe. You are not free, but you are not powerless either, because freedom is not about doing whatever you want. It's about understanding why you want it. It's about seeing the prison walls clearly and learning how to bend them. Most people never wake up to this. They live their whole lives as slaves to impulses, believing they are free because the cage is invisible. But not you. Not anymore. You've seen the strings, you've seen the system, and once you see it, you can never unsee it. So here is the final truth. You may not control the game, but you can learn to bend the rules. And that is the closest thing to freedom you'll ever get.